the shrinking value of currencies of most developing economies like Nigeria is driving up food and fuel prices in ways that could deepen the food and energy crisis that many of them already face, the World Bank said in a new report. It's a commodity markets outlook report. It noted that in US dollar terms, the prices of most commodities have declined from their recent peaks amid concerns of an impending global recession. According to the World Bank, from the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February through the end of last month, the price of Brent crude oil in US dollars fell nearly 6%, but has not reflected in energy prices due to currency devaluation. The currency depreciation, concerns raised by the World Bank are shared by many in emerging markets seeking to preserve their purchasing power. A number of firms, tech firms, are seeking to address those concerns by using tech to bridge gaps between emerging markets residents and US dollar securities in developed markets. Joining us to discuss further is Dr. Yakubu Ishaku, who is the Managing Director of Kwakol Markets Limited. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. So is access to US dollar securities the only game in town when it comes to preserving purchasing power?
All right. Thank you for having me this evening. It is sure one of the best options at diversifying your portfolio or income. So the poor performance of developing economies relative to the US dollar, like you've highlighted, is having severe consequences on people's welfare. So this is it's more beyond the statistical figures that we see and economic indicators. So people are having difficulties, to meet their needs due to these realities that seem far away from them. So the ability to rise above this at a personal level, it's really exciting to earn forex in the US dollar. And looking at it at a broader level, it sits very well within the discussion around improving our national income through investment income from abroad.
Speaking of access, are mobile phones the gateway for investors, I guess, investors in emerging markets for USD securities? Are mobile phones the gateway?
We've actually seen remarkable growth in mobile phone penetration in Nigeria as well as emerging economies. So coupled with innovations that we're seeing in global finance that is powered by technology, mobile devices have become the bridge to access the opportunities in other markets. And we've seen this actually play out in spreading culture and human connection through social media in the past. So what we are seeing play out now is economic engagement across borders, with mobile devices.
So what was the inspiration behind Kwakol? What was the inspiration to get that started?
Okay, actually, Kwakol was born of the idea to help individuals create wealth reliably and sustainably. So we identified online brokerage as a feasible vehicle to carry out this mission. So the features it had, which I experienced personally, convinced me that it could be life-changing for many people looking for legitimate and sustainable wealth building opportunities online. So these features include, low barriers to engagement, both on the technical as well as resource requirements. So people can easily access the resources to learn how to engage the securities market, and then, with the dedication to stay at it, even with low capital. Of course, they have the ability to earn in foreign currency. And, when we talk about the investing space as well as the capital markets, prior to this time, it was something that's accessible only to high net worth individuals. But with our technology and the kind of infrastructure we have, people at various levels can engage market with very minimal resource requirements.
So investments, I mean, they gain and they lose money. How do you ensure people investing are properly educated on what they're putting their money in? Because dollars are not cheap.
Yeah, sure. There are risks associated to investment. And we know that investment is not a luxury. And as a broker, we want our clients to be profitable. So we invest significantly in educating them on risk management, both on a technical as well as from a psychological perspective. So we share resources and conduct webinars periodically to bring their attention to important things that they should be aware of, in the markets.
All right, speaking of education, you have Quackle has a research division. Is that for sophisticated investors or regular people seeking to learn about the markets?
Okay, yeah, we do have a research division which actually serves our trading academy. So the research division provides our trading academy with insights that give traders a very good perspective of the market. So we publish diverse range of contents for informational purposes, like daily news updates in terms of videos as well as emails. Also, we do AI-driven market signals, and then we give industry and market reports, amongst other things.
I want to throw you a curveball here. The metaverse. What are your thoughts on it as a platform that you think can possibly house stock trading? You're smiling. Stock trading. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the metaverse opens up for like a lot of innovation and for innovators to thrive. And finance, and in this case, securities trading is definitely going to be one of those areas that would see innovations. So it's a space we are watching closely and ideating around. For that, I would say you would have to wait and see the innovations that will come up with in that area.
Yeah, investors need to be more patient with Mark Zuckerberg and his company. Our thanks to Dr. Yakubu Ishmael for joining us to discuss Quackle and their ability to allow folks in emerging markets to get access to securities in developed markets in order to preserve their purchasing power. And he thinks the metaverse might be the future of stock trading, so that's always very interesting.